let's say if there's like it's free and clear. The house is free and clear. There's no current mortgage on the property, and he's choosing to buy the property from let's say it's obviously the homeowner, just doing like getting a owner finance agreement, paying the owner monthly for the property instead of going the traditional way of putting 20% down and doing this and this. You essentially, you're making your own terms with the seller to where it's maybe in closing on it too. Let's say instead of you paying, I don't know how much it would be, like typically if you were to do 20 and then you have to do, like, let's say you're just only paying for the closing costs, of which would be like 3 or 4 grand, and you get a whole house. Obviously you're paying X amount, maybe you might be paying a little bit more than what it's worth, or whether the mortgage that you're choosing with the seller is like 5 years or 8 years. But that's what he's referring to. Like not going the traditional route, doing something creative. That's why it's called creative finance, to where it's a fantastic deal with very little to no money, as like an entry fee. That's why he's saying it's like free, because I mean, technically it's not, because if you close on it, then you would have to pay for closing costs. But yeah,
Okay, now I understand. So, because every time he says that, I'm like, how is that free? When you actually have to pay for it. But that's what he means then. Okay,
yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. No worries. Good question, by the way. So, for anyone else who didn't have understand, but yeah, creative finance is like we could do, where the seller would act as the bank. You pay the seller monthly towards the house, and you guys could, every creative finance deal is different. Matter the principal, like what you guys are agreeing to, or the interest, all that kind of stuff. You could do a balloon. So let's say if you guys agree to a 5-year term, if you're able to pay the seller off in year 3, then you're able to do that. But it's all about the terms, and every term is different. What you agree to with that seller. You do, creative finance. You can do like sub two, so it's like subject to, let's say, that existing mortgage. So you could obviously, like to say the seller has, let's say the property is worth 200,000. Sellers lived in the property for 12 years. Currently, there's like, I don't know, like 86,000 left on the mortgage. You and the seller could agree to you taking over the mortgage. Obviously, the property would have to stay in the seller's name, because let's say Wells Fargo sees that there's a transfer of deed. If you guys were to hypothetically close on it, then they'll be like, hey, Mr. Seller, you still owe us the 86 grand. You know, so you would have to do kind of like an agreement to deed. So where you choose, when you basically obviously pay monthly, under this, the seller would still have to be on the title and everything. And then once that 86 grand is paid off by you, then you guys would work about switching the property from the seller's name to your name. um but yeah, that's a little, I guess, a little, if you're just starting out, it's a little bit advanced. But once you start, looking, I'm not sure how everyone's different, where they're at in the real estate game, and how long they've been, let's say, on this, just in this Discord. But once you start looking at videos and stuff like that, a big guy who does creative finance is Pace Morby. I'll put his name in the chat. But yeah, he's really big on creative finance. He lives out in Arizona. But yeah, he has a lot of YouTube's videos, and you could definitely see that's kind of like where Eric got his kind of the whole structure of it, just going that route, because so you're not able to, like, I mostly wholesale, guys. So like not everybody is interested in a obviously a cash offer for the house, so we might have to go through other routes, like again, doing something creative with the seller, where you're able to pay them a little bit more than just a cash offer. Or let's say listing the property. I'm not a licensed agent at all, but I have people in Florida or in Pennsylvania that could easily, agents of mine that are also, and the reason I got their contacts is because they when they buy the property, they flip it and then they resell it, because they list it with them as themselves, because they're an agent, in whether it be in Pennsylvania or Florida. But I have 3 options when I contact the seller, and if they're motivated, and let's say option 1 doesn't work, I try option 2 or 3. to try to make something happen. Any questions, guys? Anything you guys are working on in your market or me or Eric's market? There was a guy from Discord who reached out to me for a property. It was a 2-unit in Tampa. We just recently closed on that one yesterday. So he, so again, if you have anything in Tampa is, it's me and Eric's stomping ground too. So, I live over in St. Pete, but like basically, and it's in the Discord as well. Like this whole area, that's kind of where we cover in Florida. But yeah, he found something on, out in Tampa. It was an on-market property. I basically told him where he had to be at and price wise. Then after we got it, it was listed for like $299. I told him to get it for $250 or $255. I can't remember. But then I found out my buyer was only willing to pay $250. So then I negotiated with the agent to $235. And then we had the buyer at $250. So then we were able to make a decent fee with that. But yeah, I mean, it was a 2-unit, close on it. We're all good. Money's dispersed. Seller's happy, which was it was an older lady. Agent's happy. He got his commission. He worked both sides. He helped the seller and us with as being the buyer. And obviously we're happy because we obviously got the assignment fee for that amount. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it could be, I could help you guys out in our markets, or if you have anything. I don't have any, let's say again, if you guys are in like Austin, Texas, I don't have any buyers there. I mostly focus in Florida and PA, but I could give you the tools and the steps and what to say, stuff like that. But finding that buyer is gonna have to be on on your own time, I guess, because I don't have it. I just stay within those 2 markets. But yeah, any questions, guys? Let me see. It was just bring up the house there. I think it was 1450. Yeah, this one here. I already said it. Okay, I already updated as sold. So yeah, so we need. I don't know when. I haven't been to the house personally. This is what it looked like through online, but it's a upstairs and downstairs, but it was a 2-unit. I think both people were paying $900 a month, if I remember correctly. Below market for sure. I think you could easily bump it like 12 or 1300 each side. It was a 2-1 on both sides, or upstairs and downstairs. It was a 2-1. But yeah, like our contract price with the seller was $235. And then you don't see what we sell it for, which we sold it for $250. So you don't see what the end buyer paid. You only see what the contracted price between me and the seller paid, or me and the seller, which was the $235. But yeah, I mean, not in the best area of Tampa, but obviously, a rental is a rental. So, but yeah, any questions, guys? Yeah, it was 900 a month here. 900 a month, off markets. No questions, guys? Anything? Nothing you guys got going on? Not that I'm like, I'm not sure how new everybody is. Maybe I don't know if you guys are struggling to find a deal or whatever the case may be. I personally like doing off market. I like targeting like tired landlords. For example, that property that I just showed you in Tampa, that definitely was a tired landlord. I forget how long she's owned it. I have to go back to it here. To see like when she last owned it. But in that case, it would be a tired landlord because let's say she owned it back in 2000. I don't know. I'm going to scroll and find out here if it wants to. Okay, so okay, she's owned it since 2015. She paid $70K for it. So almost 10 years of ownership, and she's just like, all right, it's not for me. I'm not sure how many let me actually put this in PropStream real quick to see how many properties that she has under that LLC. She has it in an LLC. It was a Condor something LLC, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Condor 777 LLC. Obviously she's an absentee owner. She lives in this area. I don't even know where this is. This is at Inverness. I have no idea where that's at, but that's where the former seller used to live. And let me see. She linked properties. She only has that was her only property under that. Like again, she lives in that over here, and the property was in here. So that was her only rent. I don't know how. I don't. She was an older lady. I'm not sure how old she was. But you know, it was just what kind of like a old husband and wife type of thing. You know, just they owned it. You know, found out like there's just a lot of maintenance over the years. It's not really worth it. Blah blah blah. Maybe they don't have the heart to up the rents. You know, it's so whatever the factor whatever the factor could be on why she sold it. I think it's just again just being too much to manage, and that's why they wanted to get it exposed in on the MLS, with a realtor, and that's what they did. But yeah, any questions, guys, on that, or anything else you guys got going on? Once you guys figure that, okay, here we go. 18. Yeah, hold on, Mike, you got something in New Orleans?
Yeah, I threw that in there because that's going under foreclosure soon, and she's got to do something on it. I've already talked to her. Basically, she wasn't open to talk that long about it the other day. It's like I guess it's yesterday, but I was thinking maybe you could. I mean, what do you think? So it's a great sub-2 deal because it's 2.8% interest. It's a $1,500 a month note, and from my understanding, that's a duplex. So it's family. So there's a good exit on it for DSCR, but it's already got a good FHA loan on it. So I kind of want to. I mean, I'm going to probably call her again, but I mean, like, it might be good for you. Like, I don't know. Would you want to call that?
Yeah. I mean, I'll
call her and get info on it.
One more time. You broke up.
Do you want to call and get info on it? I mean, I'm thinking like call her cold, just not my partner.
Yeah. I'll call it. I'll talk to Jolene.
Yep, Jolene. Yep.
Okay, so I'll talk to Jolene and see. Yeah, see here on PropStream it says duplex. So maybe it's one side has 2 baths and the other side has 1. But yeah, I'll call and see if she would give me the time of day. Try to get some more information on it. And then just go from there.
Yeah, sweet. It's like pre-foreclosure. Got to do something on it soon. And it'll rent for at least that $1,500 payment,
Mm-hmm.
It probably, if it's a double, each side could rent for about $1,500 probably in that area.
Gotcha. I'll dial her now.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. So.
If she doesn't answer, I'll try calling one more time, and hopefully then she would answer. Usually, sometimes it takes 2 rings, Then.
You've reached Jolene. Leave a message.
All right, I'll try one more time here. Some people could be at work. That's why it's always good to try if you're calling for example, like off market properties. The people might be at work, so you might have to call. Like maybe you could try earlier in the day, maybe you could try later in the day. Definitely weekends are a good time to try too. So
we can just leave her a message. Just tell her to get back to us.
Yeah. I was gonna call twice and leave a message.
Sweet.
Be very careful.
Actually, probably.
Hi, you've reached Jolene. Leave a message.
Probably not, because if I spoke to if if it's a cold call, like if I leave a message, then she's gonna know why I'm like, so like that's how I like doing it. Like I'll just
Right.
yeah, so like I don't want to know because if I leave a message right now, she'll have my number, and then she'll know every time that number calls not to answer because I already left a message saying, "Hey, Jolyn, this is blah 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 blah," Or I could have
Yep.
probably left a message saying like, "Hi, is this Jolyn? I'm just trying to reach you, 570 blah blah blah," and say my number, and um,
No, I
so it's
yeah,
kind of tough.
it's
Um,
better just get in contact with her, just talk to her immediately.
yeah.
Just you're probably right. It's probably better just get her on the phone and just kind of talk to her.
Mhm.
And
Because
it
if she was short with you, like she's probably not gonna, and you're able to
Yeah.
reach. And she was short with you. If I left my message, she's definitely not gonna want to call me back to talk about the house because it's a pain point for people. If they're behind on their mortgage, where their case may be, like, or if they have liens on the property, they don't want to like talk about it. Really, some
Yeah.
people do, some people don't. Some people do, some people don't. But it all depends. But most people don't.
Sounded like she just went straight to voicemail, huh?
The second call, it went to voicemail on the second or third ring. Like I said, it could be, maybe they're on the other line, could be they're doing something else, they're at work. I don't know. That's why it's always good to try like like around this time or like later in the day. Definitely weekends for sure. But yeah.
It's almost like she wants you to leave her a message,
Possibly. I mean, or
Because
she'll
like she just sent you straight to voicemail. It seemed pretty quick on this, at least on the. I don't know. I didn't hear it ring that much, but it seemed fast.
yeah, it was like the second ring if I'm not mistaken. All right,
Yeah,
Anthony.
gonna try. I'm gonna try her later, but I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Trying to comp this one here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with this only because he's factoring in his own estimate for roofs and he's trying to get HVAC estimates as well.
Gotcha. In Texas, right?
Yes, Abilene, Texas.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm in Arlington, but I find that Abilene has a lot of these properties near universities and schools and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. What I like to do when I'm comping out houses is just have one tab up of the house and then duplicate the tab and then kind of look at comps on that duplicated tab. I know Texas is going to be difficult to find try to find a true comp because it doesn't really list. It's a non-disclosure state, so they're not going to be willing to give information on like what the property is sold for. So you kind of have to like, guess in a sense, unless, or if you have like MLS access, that's one way you would know for sure. But like for me, like I just have to see like I could check to see okay this property looks renovated and then can kind of see where it went pending at and then make an assumption, but we won't know for 100% fact. But yeah, I'll see what I could do here. I think I'm over here going back and forth. What's square footage here? 1532. Okay, so I'll probably go to 1750 and lower past 12 months. Zoom in a little bit here. I wonder why it's showing saying 9th Street. Like, why is it showing like that? Like, I don't think this is where 9th Street is at, is it? Doesn't look like it is.
Yeah, when I was searching for it as well, it was hard to see it on their map.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is 14th Street, 10th Street, North 9th Street, right? That's where we're okay. So we're right over here. I don't know why Zillow's doing that, but yeah, we're right over there. So we're south of I-20. So this is where we need to be looking here. All right, so there's a few homes in that neighborhood. We want to most likely be on the left side of 227, or sorry, 277. Over here on the right side is a whole different neighborhood. So if I'm trying to comp out properties, I'm gonna try to stay within this little circle here. And you could always like draw. That helps. So you're not like looking at other stuff like on the right hand side. But like just drawing like something like this, so you can stay in that neighborhood. make it easier for yourself. Hit apply, and on the right side here, I make sure I do high to low, so you can see that what things sold for. But let me see here. It's a 4.2 wood frame. Let me see if there's a street. If there's a street, there's no street view for it. Okay. Sometimes street view does help out a little bit, but I think it kind of looks like let me see. No, it doesn't have that opening. I was gonna say like it kind of looks like this one, but maybe not. Maybe try this. This is a 4.1, 1,100 square feet, 1130. Looks like it was renovated. You can kind of see this is the after here, or sorry, this is the before right here on the street view. Here's the after. So if you're looking for areas in Abilene, Texas, for buyers, I mean this could be easily be a buyer. Probably, I guess it maybe sold for around 165, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit higher. Let me see if I can put this onto PropStream to see if I get like because I'm curious to see what it sold for, what the flipper actually paid for it. Okay, so it sold. I can see here. I have two times. I have public record, and then I'm assuming it's sold for the 169 MLS 169 740. Let me go to mortgage and transaction history. 1 second here. Okay, so you could see. Okay, so we don't see how much obviously this is the flipper here. MVM Real Estate Enterprises LLC. I don't see what they paid for. Some usually it's supposed to be like, let's say, oh, they paid like 80,000 for this, blah blah blah. But no, you can see here, this is the amount. I mean, I have two numbers here, but like we'll say 168. 168,000. So they flipped it. I don't know how much money they put, maybe 40K into it, and then sold it for 168. But yeah, it would have been nice to see how much they paid Randall and Barbara for their house that last year. So you could kind of like, I like to gauge it off that. So you could like, okay, so that's probably what you would have to pay for something like this. We do have a little bit more square footage. We have like 1,500 or so. Right, 15 something, 1532, and we do have a second bath, so that does help. So maybe we could sell it for like 175. But that's probably like that's what I'm thinking. Here you can see this is another flip. Easily you could see the before and after. It looks like it was like a reddish color here. Now it's blue. So this is what the property looked like here. So. And this is if you're ever driving for dollars and you see something like this. I mean, you could look for overgrown grass, like look for boarded up windows, like roof needs work, that type of thing. But you could tell this house looks dated easily. Some older cars there, so probably just an older couple, husband and wife living in there. But they sold it. We can't see what they paid for it. We could see like again pending. So we saw pending. This is a smaller house, less bedroom. It was pending for 159. Let's see if I PropStream. Again, PropStream is $99 a month. That's what I pay. I don't think there's a cheaper version or anything like that. But you see a lot of information. If I didn't have PropStream, then I would have to go to the county of Taylor. You'll go to like Taylor County Property Appraiser in Texas, and then I would have to go like the old school way to find out. Texas is a non-disclosure state, so I don't think it will even show who owned it. Maybe it will. I don't know. I know it's a tricky being in a non-disclosure state, like what you can and can't see. I know for my county in Florida, I could see everything when I go on the property appraiser. I'm not sure what about for counties in Texas, but anyway, you can see. Okay, so here we see they bought it. So Roger and Mickey. Or Odin, I don't know, Roger and Odin, or maybe Mickey's his middle name, I don't know, but who knows? Anyway, 86K is what they paid for the property, 86,210. Chowning Realty LLC. So this is if you're looking for flippers, if you're looking to wholesale the property, there's another LLC you could reach out to. And then they sold it here for 146. Obviously, we saw on Zillow pending for 159, but that's not it didn't sell at 159. It sold at 146. Either way,
so those are the comps you're looking at then, right?
Yeah, these are the comps.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So like I'm saying like maybe like 170 is what the home would sell for. Again, we do have one extra bedroom. This one has 2 baths. But we do have 400 more square feet, and this is on Capitol Avenue, which is not far from where we're at. If you look on the map, let's say we click out a little bit. Where is Capitol Avenue? Capitol Avenue is right here. We are right here on North 9th Street, right? So 1766 North 9th Street, Abilene, Texas. So again, that's what I think it would sell for. I mean, I feel like I mean, if it didn't, like, you see, I'm looking at all the, I mean, obviously when it's for sale by owner, they take like the weirdest, like the like, how can you take photos like this and be like, okay, shows exactly what you need to, like, but I mean, it's what you get when you do a for sale by owner. Looks kind of clean. Obviously, it needs some work. Showing the pipes right there, flooring. You got to renovate the kitchen. I wonder if this was like a rental or something for him, or whatever the case may be. Maybe just got ran out of capital to fix it, or something came up in his life or her life where they can't do any renovations anymore. But I'm saying something like this probably would need about 50 in work. So like, I mean, curb appeal though looks nice. I mean, you could repaint it, keep it that white color, or paint it a different color. But I like the look of how it is there. I don't know if it looks like it's a duplex possibly. I see one door here, one door there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let me back out real quick. No, it's saying single family, huh? I don't know. It just looked like it looked like a 2-unit based off here and here. I don't know, but I guess it's just a single family property. That's what it's saying here. Let me just put it in on PropStream just to double check. Sometimes Zillow has it wrong, but PropStream is where you'll see the most. I didn't copy it enough. I'll try again here. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, it's still saying single family. All right, so it's a single family. And you can see Douglas owns it. Douglas has owned it since 2015. Doesn't say what he paid for it, but owned it since 2015, 9 years, 5 months. He paid cash for it. It's a non-owner occupied. It's vacant, as you can see here. Obviously, we know it's vacant based on, I mean, you don't see any furniture here really. So it's vacant, obviously. But let's say 170 ARV. When you could get on the back end, let's say looking for like a 25% return. We're at 127. Let's say this home needs about 50K in work. We're at 77.5. And then let's say making like a $5,000 or $10,000 fee for yourself. So I feel like he's priced pretty accordingly. Obviously might want to be 10K lower if you're looking to wholesale it. But I think 50K should get the job done. And I'm not. I could be wrong, maybe a little bit more. But
yeah, I had about 55 to 60.
Okay. Yeah, probably.
I see. That's why. And I kept going back, and I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. But now that you did it, and you're coming at 50, that seems even, I guess, a better deal, to give him than 50. So I just felt like I was too far low.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I mean he for I don't know how old, I don't know how he came about that number of 79.5, but I think being 10K lower, 15K lower would be it was recently 87.5. But he's been up, it's been on the market for a few days, so he's probably been getting the same amount of actually if it was listed up with a realtor, he'd be getting a lot more exposure, but not many people look for like homes for FSBO, for sale by owner. But yeah, I mean, I think that should be able to get it. And then again, if I'm like, I could, it depends on the area, but like, I went over this for 5 minutes. I know this guy is an active flipper on Capitol Street Avenue. I know this guy's an active flipper on Crockett Street. And you could easily tell they're active flippers by, no one's going to really flip like that and not put their the buyer as an LLC. So when you're dealing with LLCs, they're most likely they do this for a living. So yeah, if I were to wholesale this, I'll probably lock them up for like 60, 65, then sell it to one of the flippers here for 70 or so. But who knows? I mean, it could need more. I mean, I feel like 60K definitely should get everything done. There shouldn't be anything. He did put a new roof on it, he said, I think, if I read it correctly.
Right, yeah, he just got the estimate. That's why he dropped it.
Okay, yeah, I read it wrong. I apologize.
And that's why he's also waiting for HVAC. But I mean, just HVACs in this house would, I don't think it's going to be more than 13,000. But that's just given or take an estimate.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's my hopefully. I mean, Anthony, that helps you out. Um, so if you want to, if you whenever you have the time to call him and just if you live in the around the area, I think you said Arlington, Texas is where you live. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure how far.
I called 5 times yesterday. He doesn't have an answering machine. Then I called 3 more times this morning.
Mm,
Um,
hmm.
and it just keeps ringing, ringing, and ringing. So I'm trying to see if I can get more information. And I have a Douglas May as the owner.
Yeah, that's who I have too. Perhaps I'm saying Douglas May, Douglas L May.
And what does it say his estimated equity is? I have 28.
It's saying here that he has no mortgage, so it's 100% equity.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and he has also 15 other properties under his name.
Yeah, I saw that too. So I'm sure this is just another property he tried to maybe renovate himself
Mm-hmm.
and he couldn't.
Yeah, or yeah, and then maybe the other ones are like maybe I'm assuming it's probably like a rental for him at one point. Maybe long-term tenants finally left, and then he's trying to renovate it, but doesn't have the time, whatever. Or I don't know what the case may be. But every situation is different. But either way, he's open to selling. He's motivated. He has it listed. When people don't answer, I know you said you tried them, 5 times here, 3 times today. And they don't answer, the only thing you really do is just, you could send a text, or sometimes if you live close enough, just drive there and maybe knock on the door. I mean, he doesn't live there at the property. He has a PO box. So that doesn't really help. But
Yeah, because it
um,
says absentee owner on there. So
yeah, you could whenever you could put a card there. I mean, I have my card, like Terrell buys houses, so and you could write on the back of the card like, "Hey, try to reach you, blah blah blah. I'm interested," but whatever the case may be. So I don't know how far you live from Abilene, Texas, but if I was close, I would do something like that. If you tried texting and all that kind of stuff, or tried calling and all that kind of stuff, and still nothing. But I guess give it another day. If not, then I guess you do what you have to do to try to see if you can get them on the phone or something.
right. I mean, is this something attractive to go after? Is it even
Oh
worth
yeah,
it?
I would. Yes, yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate the help and guidance on that. So now I know where to look for more comps and actually try to find a buyer. So that's a good tip on that.
Yeah, yeah. Always when you're looking at comps, you could easily tell. Well, I have something that like you could tell like if I didn't have prop stream, I could tell this is a flip. You could just right here, you could see the right here, the wood beams right here, if you could kind of tell. But like these are always like newer. You could tell new windows too, so I know that was a flip. Obviously, you could see this was freshly painted, newer door, fresh windows. I could tell that's a flip without having to, let's say, go on to like. And if you wanted to see additional photos, obviously, guys, if you, like there's only one photo, how do I know it like was really renovated? Well, just go, if it was listed on the MLS like this one was, um you can see here, like, what if it ever sold public record, then you'll know like, okay, it was off market. But if it sold, like, if it's the MLS or anything like this, or like rentals, you just copy this address, go to realtor.com, hit paste, you'll see the property come up, and you'll see not only this one photo. Here you'll see the 20 other photos that this one at 24. So you'll go through the 24 photos. You can see, okay, they spared no expense. They renovated the kitchen. You can see newer cabinets here, dishwasher. They have the sliding door right here. Everyone always likes that. So you could go and see that, oh, flooring was done, oh, bathroom was, so it's it was a flip. It was done, pretty well. You can see it here. So not gonna go through all the photos, but and also too, um, when looking at this, you could see. Let's see here, listed by Troy. So if you try skipping try to find the flippers information, you can't get their information. You don't know who owns that LLC, blah blah blah. You could easily just call Troy. My call to Troy would be like, "Hey, is this Troy?" It's like, "Hey," and you say, "Yes, it's him." It's like, "Hey, how you doing, Troy? My name's Terrell. I was just curious to see, if if you know the flipper that recently renovated Capitol Avenue, is he still looking for more flips out in Abilene, Texas? And so that agent is kind of like your gatekeeper in a sense, because he could give you that flipper's information, or he'll just say, hey, just if you have if you have a property, blah blah blah, like he's definitely interested, send it my way, and I'll reach out to him and let you know. You know, either way, but yeah, that's again, if you can't get the flipper's information, call that listing agent, because obviously he listed that property for the flipper, and see if that flipper asks Troy if that flipper is still interested in more areas in Abilene, Texas, or right outside of Abilene. I don't know, but yeah, hopefully you guys learned a thing or two for that. Let's see, iPhone. Yes. Let's see here. Yeah, I went over. Yeah, let me. I'll call Steve now. Are you there, Tim?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna call Steve. Yeah, Steve texted me last last night around when did he text me? Sorry, clicking on. He said he'll take a look. This was at 6:29, so said he'll take a look as soon as he's in front of the computer. But he didn't answer me. He hasn't said anything since 6:30 yesterday. So I'll call him now, asking for about Broken Arrow, and see what he says. If he doesn't answer, then I'll send him a text saying like, "Hey, did you get a chance to look?" Blah blah blah, and I'll keep you posted.
I can send you updated photos. I don't know if I can send it to Discord, but even if you want to see them or not, but
yeah, you can send me Discord. I can text you my my phone. I can message you. I don't think he's gonna answer here. Yeah. Okay. So
I was just talking to the realtor, like yesterday, and I was just asking her. She went over there the other day and took pictures, and I was asking her about just like the roof and stuff like that.
Mhm.
She said that I asked her about the pool. She said the pool's in good condition. And, it's blue with the filters running and everything like that. So I mean, I think it's a good one.
Okay. I just texted him. Did you get a chance to look? Question mark. I could send you photos. Doesn't need much work. And for anyone who's just listening now, so Tim brought this. He wants to, have me JV, joint venture. That's what JV stands for this property in Lakeland. It's area that it's on our radar for me and Eric, in our market. So Steve is a buyer. He renovates. I don't think he does anything currently in Lakeland, if I could be mistaken, but he definitely knows, since he's also an agent too. He definitely knows flippers out there, he said. So reaching out to him to see who we could bring to my table to
Yeah, if you look at the pictures, I mean, I think you could really get this property done. You'd probably be in and out in like a month.
A month, yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna. There is some drywall damage. It's really not that bad. And you just like pressure wash the concrete. See, it's got like screened in basketball court there. It's a nice property.
Yeah, for sure. And off market too, guys, because I think how you got this one, if I remember correctly, Tim, it's just like the agent listed something else, but then the agent's like, oh yeah, I also have, he might be the seller. The seller owns like a few other properties, and this being one of them. And I guess she's told Tim that, yeah, he might be he's interested in selling this one too. So like it's off market. I mean, yes, it was recently bought by the seller, but back in August. But I mean, he bought it at a decent price where there's still money to be made, if you were to flip it. So
yeah, she sent me a couple more. She actually just drove down to Sarasota.
Okay.
Yesterday, he's got another one. He's got another one down there. He wants to unload. I know that's kind of out of your buying range, but might as well take a look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
I know the one on Lily Road that she sent me a bunch of them, but I mean the one on Lily Road, that's the one that's like a shell.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Like he's pretty stuck at like the 120 range. I'm trying to get it down to 99. She's told me no, but we'll see. I mean, like I said, they're in the market for 100 days. And the other one on Ingle Lake, it's right there in Lakeland. I don't know if you talked to Steve about that one.
I did text him. He has. I mean, I know he's been out of town because where I think he's in Daytona right now, but with this whole hurricane and stuff like that. So he should be back in town. I think around this time, if not, like So I'll try to. And like I said, like I wanted to give him the like I have other guys too, but I'll reach out since he hasn't gotten back to me. I said I told you like I want to move fast on this one too because he knows how long it's going to be available. I know even though it's off market, the agent could find somebody else.
Well, the one on Ingle Lake is also off market.
Yes,
So,
yes, yeah. It's just
yeah,
the one
I
on
think.
Lily.
I mean, I had to go back and look at the pictures, but I think. I mean, I don't know. I think if if somebody knows what they're doing, I think you can get it in and out of the house in like 30 days. With probably like maybe like $25,000 worth of work.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll call my other guy Chris and see what if he could help me out here with getting this one moved. But it shouldn't be that hard. I'll try with I'll try with Broken Arrow first. That one is out of the English. I mean, I think this one is a better home run, Broken Arrow for sure. So I'll reach out after the Zoom. Actually, no, I have another meeting at 12:15. So like I would say like by 1 o'clock I'll reach out to Chris and try to get the ball rolling on this one here for you.
No, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yep, no worries.
Yo, Terrell, what's the play on that one?
This would just be to renovate. ARV is what was it? I think what was it, Tim? Like 440 or something?
It's going to be in the probably 3s, 4s, easy, right?
I mean, I could say I would say 450 all day. I mean, it's in a great neighborhood. It's got a screen, the screened-in in-ground pool, screened-in half basketball court. I mean, the realtor loves the area. She loves the neighborhood. I mean, there's a bunch of high-end homes in there. So, I mean, this is like one of the lower ones in the neighborhood. You can pick it up cheap. So you like buying like the worst property in a great neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's good bones.
Would you actually see it through on the flip, or would you just wholesale it?
I would just wholesale it. I mean, I'm about 8 hours away from that property. So, I mean, I think I honestly, like I said, I mean, you could buy that property and have it listed in probably the same month.
Yeah, yeah. Or you could easily wholesale it too. You don't put out maybe just pressure wash the concrete area like outside by the pool and then just relist it. Like you have to do nothing really. I mean, maybe I think Tim, you also said that maybe fixing up a few drywall. You could easily just buy it for a little bit. Put let's say 1,000 into it and then just relist it and then.
Well, it's gonna need a little bit more work than that, but I mean, there's like actual pieces of drywall missing.
Okay.
Like there was like a leak in like I don't know, there might be some plumbing issues as well, but I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like the cabinets are still there, but they kind of like removed a section of the bottom cabinets because I think there was a leak behind there. But the cabinets are still intact. You need drywall, maybe some plumbing, paint, countertop, pressure washing.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Like picked up for like 280, probably. Like
well, I mean, I know exactly what he wants, but yeah, the price he's asking for right now is actually it'll still work. I mean, if I was gonna flip this property, I would just literally just get it done with them, and because there's still, I mean, you can make $100,000 on this property, no problem.
Yeah. So, would you wholesale it with that assignment of 100K, or would you try to force the appreciation, like flip it?
No, I mean, I know what he wants. So, I mean, I would offer him just a little bit lower than that, so I can stack on my wholesale fee on top of it. But even at the price that he's asking right now, you could probably stack a wholesale fee on top of it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. He probably exit with FHA on that if it goes FHA.
No, this he owns like 75 properties all over throughout Florida. So he's got flips going on all over the place, and sometimes this guy gets fantastic deals on these properties, and he just has so many of them. He's doing so many things, so he just unloads them.
Yeah, this is the same one from yesterday. We talked to the lady on the Zoom.
Yep.
It's like he overbought, and now he's just like cutting back.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got millions and millions of dollars. So I mean, he people were probably throwing deals at him. So he's like, oh, that's a great deal. He just picks it up and he goes, if he doesn't get his price, he'll just hold on to it. I mean, he doesn't really care.
Mm-hmm.
So Terrell, you'd shoot him an offer for like 260. I think that's where she was at yesterday.
No, 260 was a different property.
It was a different one. That wasn't this one.
No, yep.
And then so, I mean, what do you think? And then you put like 30 or 40 of rehab in that.
I would say
Roughly, yeah.
I would say probably like 30 max. I mean, with a 30,000, I mean, you could probably even do like vinyl right over the tile and spruce it up with even new flooring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you could probably relist it for, I mean, 4+.
Oh, it's 450 all day.
Yeah, all done up like modern updates, you know.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, it should be. But
All right, let's see. If
you go like if you get the fix and flip loan on it, or like, would you just try to get them to front you the equity on it?
Well, I was trying to pitch to Terrell yesterday, but he kind of shot me down and doing like just an ovation on it. Like, listen, I know you're asking this, but we'll give you an extra 20,000 if you just hold it for us, and then we'll do an ovation, and then you get an extra 20,000 where you're above where you're actually looking for, and then all you got to do is come up with the rehab costs and not the full amount.
it was closer to me, that's the thing. Like I don't want to buy anything. Like this is like a hour drive for hour and a half, I would say, if I were to put this in right now for my address.
Yeah, like I mean, I can't do anything with it right now. I mean, like I said, he's an hour away, but I'm 8 hours away. So
Yeah.
Because if she agreed to seller finance some equity, you could get the fix and flip loan quick. You know, they'd probably put like maybe 100 of liquid in your pocket, and depending on what lender you get, if you ask for advance, you know, you negotiate advance on the work, you're going to get that liquid up front, working capital. You know.
yeah, I mean, I haven't pitched a seller financing idea because, like I said, this guy, he just moves. He just turns property left and right. So I don't know if he's going to want to hold on to it for 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he just wants his money and move on to the next one.
Hey, Tim, Steve just texted me saying that he's looking at it now. I guess I'll keep you posted on what he says. He just texted me though.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I mean, the thing I would probably do with that, I would definitely negotiate 15 purchase, 15% renovation, 12 months of interest payments, and then 2 points for closing on that. And if they agreed to that, that would put close to 100 liquid. At least the lenders I know, they give you if you not reimbursement on the money, but advance. And if it only costs you 30 or 40, and you could relist it for 400, you'd easily take 60 cash home before you even sold it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good plays with this house. I think it's he bought it at an incredible deal. So I mean, every property he buys, he gets crazy deals on them. But then he gets a deal, he sells them. I mean, who cares what he bought it for? There's still meat left on the bone. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, there's a good play on that for that 400 sale. I mean, really, what you're looking at is if your seller finance note on that was less than $2,000, you might even rent it yourself, hold on to the money. I mean, it really depends on how you structure it, but she sounded like she was open to some seller finance, right?
We didn't pitch that. I mean, like I said, he bought it for $220. So I mean, he's making a good chunk of change on it as well. I don't think he'll do seller financing. I could pitch it to him, but like I said, this guy just moves, man. He doesn't want to hold properties. He either renovates them or he just picks them up and dumps them.
Yeah, that's what I said. So he wouldn't seller finance then.
I mean, I could ask him. I was thinking of doing the novation myself, going that route because, whatever he's asking, I could just give him even if I gave him an extra $20,000 above his asking price. I mean, there's still a ton of money to be made.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking how you get the liquid up as quickly as you can, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, that's a good play. I mean, if you don't have anybody a buyer for that, you probably find. I mean, Terrell's probably going to get somebody for that.
Yeah, he's looking at it now. Any last minute questions, guys? I mean, I have to end the Zoom here quick. I got another Zoom in like 10 at 12:15. So, any last minute things you guys, maybe for another 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I'll take a look at, or any other questions that you guys have for me?
No, Terrell, I was just wondering what structure you put on that place.
We're just trying to wholesale it. I have my guy looking into it. He just texted me at 11:55. He's checking at it now, checking on it now. So
Just take 10 or 15 and walk.
yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, that's probably easiest.
Hey, Tim. Steve just texted me saying if I could send those pictures that you have over.
Yeah, you want me to send them to the DM to you on Discord or?
Yeah, I'll text you my number on Discord here. Yeah, but you just send me because I told him it doesn't look that. Obviously, he wants to see it. What it looks like currently. Because I mean he knows those pictures are a little bit dated. I told him it needs 30 to 35. But yeah, hold on 1 second here. So yeah, we'll see. I just sent you my number. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'll let you know what he says.
All right, I'll send them over. Thank you.
Yep, appreciate it. Anything else, guys, that you guys have in your market or me or Eric's market, or any generic or questions real estate wise? I have a oh yeah, I have a closing today. What's it called?
I mean, I got a few, but we're not gonna have time. Yeah. I'm gonna be making phone calls for the next like hour or so. So
Gotcha.
Appreciate it, Terrell. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no worries. All right, you guys. My next Zoom will be on Friday, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. So look to see you guys there. Hopefully, you guys learned a few things today. Sorry that these, are only an hour long, but I try to do what I can. I have to get back to what I'm doing here with my whole business here too. So, and making, those, what I'm telling you guys to do is what I'm doing. So like I'm making calls, I'm out here wholesaling. I'm, meeting buyers, doing this, that, and third with the sellers. So, I'm just preaching what I'm doing. So you guys just, do the same. You guys will see the benefits for sure. Just got to stay consistent. In meantime, I'll look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Friday. Same time. You guys have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.